and it's not overly fragranced either. Woo! Well, that was a terrible idea. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, then welcome. I would love it if you would consider subscribing. Today, I am super excited to be doing a collab with my favorite, and I suspect your favorite garbage person, Theresa is dead. Do I even need to say that if you aren't following her, you should be? Because I feel like everybody already is following her. She is hilarious. She is like the sweetest of the sweethearts, so don't let the potty mouth deter you and this whole I'm a garbage person thing throw you off. I'm telling all her secrets. She is just like a genuinely kind, caring person. I am very grateful to be able to call her a friend, and I'm very excited to be doing this video in collaboration with her. So we kind of went back and forth on what we were going to do, but what we ultimately settled on was we're just going to be talking about some recent favorite luxury items. I have altogether way too many here. I'm not sure how many Theresa included in her video. I guess we'll find out today. But I've got a plethora. And what I've also kind of figured out is that I'm also just a really big Chanel fan. So there's that. Okay, because there are so many items here, just gonna dive straight on into it. Let's talk about a Chanel product that I have raved about before, and I'm going to rave about again because perfection, like chef's kiss perfection. It's a liquid lipstick. These ones in particular. So these are the Le Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue Gloss. I have Michelle Wong to thank for putting me onto these. Or I have Michelle Wong to blame, frankly, because now I have 6 of them. And they're very expensive. What I will say, and I think part of the reason why I have such a fascination with Chanel is because Chanel is available through the Shoppers Drug Mart website, their beauty boutique. And so I save up all my points and I cash them in, and so I get all this shit for free, which is incredible. So these ones, I may have paid the tax on them, but I didn't actually pay the purchase price for them. So yay for me. Okay, so I have 6 of them. I'm gonna go through the shades with you quickly, and then I'll explain to you why it is that I love them so much. So I need to read the shades because I don't have them memorized. So starting from the top and working our way down, the first one is Light Rose, number 40. The second one, and the one that I have on my lips today, is Intense Caramel, number 154. The one after that is Intense Coral, number 148. The one below it, possibly my favorite one, I don't know. That coral one as well. Like, I love them all, to be honest, but this one here, Bright Raspberry, number 104. This one right here, so pretty. The one below that, crap. The one below that is Milky Blueberry, number 102. And then finally on the bottom is Sweet Berry, number 142. They're so good. So they're a double-ended product. Let's just grab one and I'll show you. Little doe foot in the colored end, put it on, wait a few seconds to let it sort of dry down. You're gonna think that you hate it because it's sticky. It doesn't feel comfortable, it's dry, don't like it. So then you flip it over and you put the clear gloss on, and it comes like a little wee brush. Game changer. It's no longer sticky and it's transfer proof. Like, the gloss will come off, but the color doesn't. Even when you're wearing like the bright shades, totally kiss proof, totally transfer proof, won't show up on your glass or your cup or your straw or whatever. It's amazing. I can show you, like, nothing comes off and it's very comfortable. And then you can just like top up on the gloss if you feel you need to, but it takes that stickiness right out of it and the color lasts a very long time. So I love these. They are stupid expensive, like they're $48 Canadian each. But if you want a liquid lipstick and if you want one that's going to last a long time as you're wearing it, this is worth the investment in my opinion. So let's talk about another lip product that I've been loving lately, and it is this one here from Gucci. I did include this in my lipstick packaging that I love video, but it's more than just the packaging. I love the lipstick as well. So this one is one of their, what is it? It's in French, so forgive me. Rouge à lèvres voile. I don't know what that means. It's like a satiny, shiny, sheer kind of lips. It's the one that has this packaging. The pretty, pretty rosebuds. That's all I can say. This is fake, don't get alarmed. I'm testing out the placement because I want eventually to get a tattoo in that area, but don't get excited, it's fake. Anyways, this is the shade Wife versus Secretary, and it looks like it's gonna be a lot, but it's very sheer. So just like two little swatches back and forth, that's what you get. If I do a few more, you can build up the intensity of it. But that's what I really like about this, is like you can just go in really lightly if you want, or you can build it up and have more intense color. But it's very like hydrating on the lips, very comfortable to wear, not particularly long wearing, but with the shade that goes on that sheer, I find it's really easy to just touch up on the go because you don't really need a mirror. You don't have to really worry about being super precise with it. So overall, I just really have been enjoying this one. Also, I'm regretting this shirt choice, as fancy and pretty as it is, and I thought like I should wear like the bougiest shirt I have to talk about the bougiest products that I own, except it's making a lot of noise. My arms are sticking to the sequins. Anyways, so if you hear like, it's just me moving around, or if you hear that, that's me leaning against my desk. I'll try not to do that because that's a horrible sound. It sounds like my bones are breaking, but they're not. All right, let's talk about a perfume quickly and then get back into the makeup products. So, Versace Bright Crystal. I am going to attempt to describe it, but like, I can't. I don't have a nose palette that can be like, patchouli. Like, I have no idea what it smells like. But bright is an appropriate descriptor. Like, it smells springy / summery. This doesn't so much make me think of like a winter scent, but it's just very light and floral. It's sweet without being cloying. I have no idea what it's meant to smell like. I don't know. You read like perfume ads and they're like, it smells like the dreams of children. You're like, oh yes, of course. I totally pick that up. No, I have no idea what it smells like, but I really do like it. If you can get your hands on a sample of it, give it a try. Maybe you'll like it as well. I don't tend to like deeper, muskier scents. I like the bright and floral and light kind of smells. This one hits the mark for me. So there's that. All right, let's get back into the makeup products, and for the sake of my own sense of organization, I'm going to talk about them in terms of the order in which I would typically apply them. So let's talk about a primer, and this is 100% Theresa's fault. She raved about it, ergo I felt I had to have it. This is the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Primer. It's a featherweight protective primer and it is oil-free. I will admit, I have not had it for an extensive period of time, so I haven't used it all that often, but first impressions over the first like 4 or 5 times that I have used it, I've really enjoyed it. For a little bit of context, I guess, I don't really suffer from oily skin at all. I don't have particularly dry skin either. I don't have large pores. I am getting fine lines. What can you do? I've earned them. But I don't have a lot of problems that I'm trying to correct. So something like this, where it is a very lightweight primer, it does feel like it's moisturizing my skin, but not overly hydrating it. Like if my face doesn't feel slippery or slick when this is on there, it doesn't have that like silicone-y kind of feel to it. I don't even know how to describe that, you know, and it's like slippery. I don't enjoy that feeling. This doesn't give it to me. It feels more like skincare than it does makeup, and I just really enjoy it, and I like the way that my foundation blends out on top of it. So she's right on the money. I would say if you're interested in it, they do have a mini version now. Start with that because like a little goes a long way. It says to use 1 pump, but I find that even using like half of a pump is sufficient because a little goes a long way with this product. For foundation, a new one that I have been really enjoying lately is from Giorgio Armani. This is the Nude True to Skin Natural Glow Foundation. I have it in the shade 4. It's a little bit light for me at this point, so I tend to mix in a couple of drops of a deeper foundation, but nevertheless, I really do like this one because it is sort of a light to buildable to medium kind of coverage. It does have a very natural finish on it, nothing too glowy, certainly not matte. That suits my sensibilities and what my skin does and looks like, I guess. But I really just enjoy it, and it's not overly fragranced either. Woo! Well, that was a terrible idea. Now I've got foundation all over my sparkly boobs. Awesome. Fantastic. A concealer that I have fallen in love with is from Pat McGrath, and it is the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I feel like they could have just called it the Perfection Concealer. That's okay. I have it in shade LM8. This thing packs a punch. It really does. A little goes a very long way. Blend that shit out and then decide from there whether or not you need any more, because you probably don't. It's got a nice little doe foot on there, nice and precise. Put a little bit in here, a little bit out here, just a tiny little bit on the inner corners because I've got such deep set eyes. It's fantastic. And I find that it lasts a long time throughout the day. It gives me a lot of coverage and it behaves itself. Win-win. On to cheek products. So for bronzer, the one that I keep gravitating towards recently is from Chanel. The Soleil Tan de Chanel. This has been around again for a very long time. I've got quite the nice little dip going on in here. I know I just railed about like fragrance, but I love the scent of this one. Oh my gosh. There's something nostalgic about it. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it smells like something from my childhood. And it just smells so good. I will say though that if you are like tan skin and deeper, likely not going to show up on you. It's fairly subtle on me with my like this tan going on. When I came back from holidays back in March, didn't show up at all. So, and I'm not particularly deep to begin with. I do wish that they had a few more options in their range, but for my skin tone, I really do love this because it is a nice subtle bronze. It does warm up. It's got a little bit of a more orangey kind of base to it without being too orange. I'm wearing it now. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I look orange. It just looks very natural on my skin. Okay. I have a Chic Duo that, oh my God, I'm in love with. Oh my God. Chantecaille. First of all, the packaging, like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. How are you that beautiful? And yet you are so stunning. And then the products on the inside are just equally beautiful. So this is the Radiance Chic Cheek and Highlight Duo in Coral. And a subscriber was so very generous and gave this to me, and thank you again because I absolutely love it. It is so, so beautiful. Sometimes I find that high-end brands, for whatever reason, they play it very safe with their powder products, and sometimes like colors that look like they're going to be very bold are just altogether very disappointing. That is not the case here. They're so, so beautiful. Move on to some blushes from Chanel. Do I need to say not sponsored? Let me tell you, honestly, if I ever had a Chanel sponsorship, you all would know it because I would be piddling myself with excitement. Okay, so this is another find based on Michelle Wong's recommendations. These are the powder blushes. This one is in the shade Reflex, number 82. And then I also have one that looks somewhat terrifying in the pan, I will admit, because it's like straight up red. And this one is number 320 Rouge Profonde. And these are just, they're so beautiful. Now the red one, I do have to go in with a very light hand because it is quite intense. The nice thing about that though is that if you do have a richer complexion, it's going to show up. But there are the two there. So this one is definitely more on the matte side, whereas Reflex, I believe it's called, is that right? Yes, reflects in it little tiny little bits of, I really don't want to say shit, like it's not glittery at all. It's just that it's more of like a satin finish, and it's this beautiful like golden peach kind of color, and they're both just so beautiful. The warning that I'll give about them is that they are highly fragranced, so they have a very strong rose scent to them, which you really can smell as you're applying. It does dissipate really quickly, but rose in particular I find is one of those scents that can like just drill right through the eyeball. For me, it's fine, but I know that there are people with fragrance sensitivities out there, so I want to bring it to your attention in case you invest in something like this and you're like, I can't use this because it smells like rose. Be forewarned, but they're beautiful. They're so nice, so nice. Yes, there are two eyeliners that I want to talk about. Both of them are from Guerlain, and both of them are part of their new Mad Eyes collection that they released. So this one is a true liquid eyeliner. Don't ask me what it's called because I can't read that sticker. It's this one. Like, they're all in this like Mad Eyes collection. They're available at Sephora or Shoppers Drug Marts if you have points. It is a true brush applicator. It's long enough so that it's not stubby and a pain in the ass to work with, but it's short enough that there's still precision to it. Does that make sense? Like, it moves around. Come on, focus, you can do it. But you can still get a good amount of precision with it. And I'm really impressed with the formula. It dries fairly quickly. Like, it doesn't smudge around, but it's not so dry that, you get one little bit of a line and you go to build it up and it's already sticky on top of itself. Does that make sense? So I find that it's really easy to work with. I've really enjoyed it. I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do like wings with an actual brush and a liquid liner, but I can. And I really am impressed with this eyeliner, which is good because it's mother effing expensive. The only thing that I would caution people on with this one is that it doesn't necessarily dry matte. So there is a little bit of a shine to it, not glittery, but it's just shiny. So keep that in mind if you want like a true matte eyeliner. But I was so impressed with that one that the next time I cashed in points, I got their other liner. So this one is the Matte Black Precise Liner, and it is a felt tip precision eyeliner. And again, it's got good, it sounds so weird to be like, it's got good length to it, but it does, because it makes doing the line very easily. Like, I don't have to go and do like a million little tiny things. I can kind of just lay it down and just sort of roll it across my eyelid, and it covers the lash line very easily. It's incredibly precise. There is some flexibility at the very tip of it, but it's not wibbly wobbly, for lack of a better word, which I like, that there's a little bit of like, just a tiny bit of wiggle so that it's not like stabbing you in the eye. And overall, it's just, again, a really nice eyeliner to work with. A very opaque line. Again, it dries at a good rate, so I don't find that it smears and smudges around or anything of that sort, but I'm also not like sitting there having to fan it for a million years. I really like it. This is the one that I just keep going back for. All right, and that is it, guys. That is it. I think I just talked about like half of my collection. But that is it for this video. I'd love to hear from you down below what some of your favorite luxury items are, or flip it on its head and tell me some that you really were disappointed by, because that's good information to have as well. If you'd like to see a video like that from me, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have a ton, but I certainly have enough to make a video out of and provide a little bit of cautionary tale for you. But if you have not checked out Theresa, what are you doing? Go and check her out. She's going to be linked down below. I've probably put a card up at some point, or I've forgotten. I don't know. There's an equal chance at this point, but I will definitely link her down below. Please go and check her out. She is the tits. Tell her I said hi. I just love that little chicken nugget so goddamn much. She's hilarious. She makes my day. She makes me smile. And I just love her, and I want everybody else to love her too. So Go and give her some support, please. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna wrap up this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, just be a decent human being, and part of being a decent human being is wearing a goddamn mask. You don't have to like it, just wear it, please, because it helps all of us. All right, bye-bye.